City of God, directed by Fernando Morales, cinematography done by Cesar Charloni, is a story about growing up in the slums of Rio. We begin here right after this chicken frees himself and attempts to escape with his life intact. The story is being told by the camera without dialogue throughout the beginning sequence. We see Lil Z in an extreme close-up shot from a low angle, establishing his authoritativeness and importance to the story. He fills the entire frame at a slightly skewed angle, which is unusual to conventional filmmaking, but he is an unusual character. The establishing shot that follows is a bird's eye view at a Dutch angle done to represent the frantic madness of the situation and environment. The camera then takes on the pursuer's point of view, pointing down at the chicken. This engages the audience, putting us into the chase. We're positioned in between crumbling buildings and cramped alleys to emphasize the claustrophobic favelas. The shaky handheld camera builds tension and keeps the energy elevated, also enhancing the documentary-like style this portion of the film utilizes. The scene has a blue tint that represents the bleakness of their world and is a drastic contrast to the following scene. The chase scene comes to a halt in the street when our main character, Rocket, is confronted with Lil Z. The rotating shot emphasizes his feeling of being threatened and his world being twisted around. A war is brewing around him, and we come to realize this in these long shots, where the camera revolves to expose the cops on one side, the gangsters on the other, and him in the middle. Circling him enhances the feeling of being surrounded and trapped. The next orbital shot is a convention used to transition in time. We get sucked into a whirlpool that brings us back to the 60s. Right away, we can see the obvious contrast in color from the last scene to this. Here we have a warm tint that automatically signifies a less oppressed and more innocent time. The vivid gold and harsh sunlight are not only signifiers of a golden age, but also help to establish location by representing the heat of the country. There is visibly more space. We can see that the area is just being established, which allows for the camera to move with ease, much different than the hectic camera movements of the last scene. This contrast in camera movement, as well as color, dictate to the audience that the film is a coming-of-age story about urbanization.